We have a constitution that says that in the state of Indiana that we will provide for a free public education for the children in Indiana. And that's a constitutional requirement. We have to do that, but we're not doing it because we're not fully funding education the way it should be funded. Now, I'm sure that Governor Daniels would say we are, but from my perspective, we're not. If we want to improve public education, we have to put money in remediation, whatever it takes. If we want a system that everybody seems to want, then we have to pay for it. And we have not gotten to a place where we want to come up with the money to pay for the full education of our kids. And we can't just beat these teachers over the head or the schools over the head or the children over the head if we're not willing to pay the money, spend the money to do what's needed to get the kids up to that level. If we really want to improve public education in Indiana, we would come up with enough money for full-day kindergarten, which we don't have, and preschool. I mean, there's all kinds of evidence out there and studies to prove that if you want to improve education, the earlier you start, the better. And so you start with preschool and full-day kindergarten, and you won't have, in my opinion, you won't have to spend as much on remediation.
So if you do all those things, then the need for charter schools will decrease?
That's right. Well, it won't decrease because they're pushing the charter schools. They're pushing, they're trying to encourage kids to leave the public schools to go to charter schools.
But what I'm saying is, if you put more money into education, to public education, and you get some results out of it, then the need for charter schools will decrease, correct?
Well, charter schools don't perform as well as public schools. Nationwide, only 17% of the charter schools perform as well or better than the public schools. In Indiana, we have 62. 21 of the 25 lowest performing schools are charter schools. If we go 50, 31 of the 50 lowest performing schools are charter schools.
Then why the push?
I would like to know the answer to that. They say it's choice. We're giving parents a choice to either send their kids to a public school or to a charter school. But if the charter school is not performing as well as the public school,
it's not really
why
a
should we do it? And then they say, okay, if the public schools are not performing very well as it should, then we should replace the public school with a charter school. So we're replacing a low-performing school with a
lower performing school.
You got it.
But okay, as a politician, tell me what might be the reason.
I don't know. I cannot give you an honest answer, and I've had answers for everything tonight, but I can't give you an answer as to why they want to do that, other than the fact that they, and I hate to say this, that they want to destroy public education.
But why?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't. But we're headed down that track. When, like I said before, when you take the kids out for charter schools, for vouchers, and for virtual charter schools, what are we going to have left?
What are we going to have left?
We're going to have schools that are considered to be low-performing schools, especially in the low-income areas. That will be the only students going there will be students C and below, students that are handicapped and have learning disabilities, and students that are problem students. And they will be expected to perform as well as the other schools.
Can you tell me what your background is? You were saying you're a teacher.
I taught in the public school system at Terrell North Beagle High School in Terrell for about 30 years. And then I was elected in 1996 to the Indiana legislature, and for a few years I tried to do both, which just about drove me nuts.
What did you teach?
What did you teach? I taught U.S. history and economics,